Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of Andhra Pradesh State Level Eligibility Test 2024 question paper. And I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET, GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 1. Coming to the first question. The supercontinent comprising South America, India, Southern Africa, Australia and Antarctica was impaired from the occurrence of A. Fagaceae, B. Laraceae, C. Cycads, D. Glossopteris. So the correct option is D. Glossopteris. The supercontinent comprising South America, India, Southern Africa, Australia and Antarctica was Gondwana or otherwise Gondwana land, and the occurrence of the Glossopteris plant, it provides scientific evidence for its existence, not something that impaired it, but the widespread fossilized remains of Glossopteris found on these widely separated continents strongly suggested that they were once connected as a single landmass, which was a key piece of evidence of the Alfred Wegener's theory of continental rift. So the correct option is D. Glossopteris. Next question. The transverse waves that arrive seismograph later than the compressional waves of longitudinal nature are A. P waves, B. Rayleigh waves, C. S waves and D. Surface waves. The correct option is C. S waves or secondary waves. S waves are the transverse waves that arrive later than the compressional longitudinal P waves on a seismograph after an earthquake. S waves are secondary waves named because they are the second set of body waves to be recorded and their particle motion is perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. So the transverse waves that arrive seismograph later than the compressional waves of longitudinal nature are known as S waves or secondary waves. C is the correct option. Next question. The molten hard semi-fluid below the Earth's crust from which igneous rocks are formed on cooling is known as A. Skarn, B. Magma, C. Lava, D. Volcano. So the correct option is B. Magma. The molten or semi-fluid material below the Earth's crust from which igneous rocks are formed is known as magma. This subterranean material, it is a mix of liquid rock, crystals and gases, and as it solidifies and crystallizes to form various types of igneous rocks. So the molten hot semi-fluid below the Earth's crust from which the igneous rocks are formed on cooling is known as magma. Next question. Oceanic crust was earlier known as A. Sima, B. Mafic, C. Sial, D. Femic. Oceanic crust was earlier known as a Sima because it is composed primarily of silica and magnesium, which are the most abundant elements in the oceanic crust basaltic rocks. And this term, it is a blended word derived from these elements, distinguishing it from the continental crust, which is known as a Sial or silica and alumina. Next question. Geological and physical principles on the differences in the mechanical properties of rocks and in the method for the transfer of heat energy through the rocks form the basis for A. Continental rift, B. Seismicity, C. Subduction and D. Plate tectonics. So the correct option is D. Plate tectonics. Differences in rock mechanical properties and heat transfer mechanisms, that is conduction versus convection, directly they form the basis of plate tectonics. The rigid, cooler, lithospheric plates, they move by sliding on the hotter, more ductile asthenosphere, which is driven by heat from the Earth's interior. So this process of mantle convection, it causes the lithospheric plates to be in constant motion, leading to the interaction at boundaries and forming the geological features like earthquakes and mountains, which can be explained by plate tectonic theory. So the correct option is D. Plate tectonics. Next question. Which of the following is a source material for titanium? A. Monazite, B. Ilmenite, C. Cobalt and D. Galena. So correct option is B. Ilmenite. Ilmenite is a primary and major source material for titanium, though other forms like rutile and titanium slag are also used. And ilmenite is a mineral composed of iron titanium oxide, FeTiO3. It is processed to produce titanium dioxide, that is TiO2, pigments for paints and plastics, and it also serves as a raw material for producing strong, lightweight titanium metal. It is commonly found in heavy mineral sands and it is mined in countries like Australia, Canada, and South Africa. So, source material for titanium is ilmenite. B is the correct option. Next question. Which set of rock types are to be located for diamond exploration as source or host rocks? A. Charnokites and granulites. B. Tholite and dunite. C. Kimberlite and lamproite. D. Lamprophytes and peridotite. So the correct option is C, kimberlite and lamproid. Kimberlite and lamproid rocks are considered host rocks for diamonds. They act as the transporting agents that bring diamonds to the Earth's surface through volcanic processes. Diamonds are not formed within these igneous rocks, but rather they are sampled and carried by the kimberlite or lamproid magma as it ascends from the deep mantle. So the correct option goes as C, kimberlite and lamproid. Next question. The rate at which a fluid flows through a permeable medium is directly proportional to the drop in elevation between two places in the medium and inversely proportional to the distance between them as per which law? A. Cooper-Jacob solution. B. Theiss solution. C. Darcy's law. And D. Bernoulli's equation. So the correct option is C. Darcy's law. The law that states a fluid's flow rate through a permeable medium is directly proportional to the drop in elevation or hydraulic gradient and inversely proportional to the distance between the points is called as a Darcy's law. And it describes how fluids like water or oil, they move through porous materials such as soil, sand or rock formations. Next question. The major coal fields and coal mines in Jharkhand, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Telangana are associated with A. Mesozoic formations, B. Tertiary formations, C. Precambrian, and D. Gondwana. So the correct option is D. Gondwana. The major coal fields and mines in Jharkhand, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Telangana are predominantly associated with Gondwana system, which holds nearly all of India's coal reserves, consisting primarily of bituminous coal, which is used for industrial and power generation purposes. And key Gondwana coal fields in these regions include the Damodar Valley, that is, it includes Jharia, Raniganj, and Bokaro, and the Godavari and the Mahanadi valleys. It includes Korba and Talchir, and the Singareni fields in Telangana. So the correct option is D. Gondwana. Next question. Rocks, minerals, ore, petroleum, soil, and water are collectively known as, in geological term, they are known as A. Earthy substances, B. Geological material, C. Natural resources, and D. Economic materials. So they are known as natural resources. C is the correct option. Rocks, minerals, ores, petroleum, soil, and water are collectively known as natural resources in geological terms. These are the substances or phenomenon provided by nature that humans exploit to meet their needs and that form the basis of human society and economic activity. They are classified as either renewable or non-renewable depending upon their rate of replenishment. So the correct option goes as C, natural resources. Next question. The atoms with the same number of protons but different number of neutrons, yet they share the same chemical properties differing in mass and physical properties are known as A. Isomers, B. Isotopes, C. Isotropic material, and D. Heterotroph. So the correct option is B. Isotopes. Isotopes are atoms of the same element that have the same number of protons, that means atomic number Z, but they have a different number of neutrons, meaning that their mass number, it is represented as A, and this mass number varies. So the correct option is B. Isotopes. Next question. Arfedsonite is which mineral? A. Feldspar, B. Mica, C. Felspatite, and D. Amphibole. Arfedsonite is a sodium amphibole mineral. It is a member of the amphibole group, which consists of double chain silicate minerals. So arfedsonite is amphibole. D is the correct option. Next question. Two processes by which the pollutants spread in the aquifers are A. Eutrophication and fouling, B. Advection and dispersion, C. Pumping and recharge, and D. Osmosis and suspension. So the correct option is advection and dispersion, B. Advection and dispersion are the two main processes by which pollutants spread in aquifers. Advection is the transport of contaminants by the bulk movement of flowing groundwater, while dispersion is the spreading of contaminants from concentrated areas to less concentrated areas, which are driven by both mechanical mixing due to variations in groundwater velocity and molecular diffusion from concentration gradients. Next question. The compositional range between two end member minerals that share the similar chemical formula but show substitution of elements in the atomic sites of intermediate members is A. Isochemical series, B. Solid solution series, C. Ion exchange, and D. X solution series. So the correct option is B. Solid solution series. Solid solution series is the compositional range between two end-member minerals that share a similar basic chemical formula but have different elements substituting for one another in their atomic sites. For example, olivine series, it ranges from forsterite to phyllite with various combinations of magnesium and iron in between. And another example is plagioclase feldsparts. The composition ranges from albite to anorthite. Next question. An intergrowth of potash feldspar such as orthoclase as lamellae enclosed within the plagioclase host mineral is known as A. Egg solution structure, B. Quench texture, C. Antiperthite, and D. Intercircle texture. So the correct option is C. Antiperthite. An intergrowth of potash feldspar such as orthoclase as lamellae enclosed within a plagioclase host known as antiperthite. The term perthite it is used when potash feldspar is the host and plagioclase forms the lamellae, while antiperthite describes the reverse situation where plagioclase is the host mineral and potash feldspar forms the lamellae. Next question. An integrated study using remote sensing data coupled with various spatial and temporal features such as topography, drainage, soil, forest, land use, geology, lineaments, and cadastral boundaries is done using A. Geological mapping, B. Multi-thematic analysis, C. Composite appraisal, and D. Multi-scene comparison. So the correct option goes as a B. Multi-thematic analysis. Integrating remote sensing data with diverse spatial temporal features like topography, drainage, soil, land use, geology, lineaments, and cadastral boundaries, it is a common practice in GIS or Geographic Information System using techniques like multi-thematic analysis. This process combines different data layers within a GIS to create comprehensive maps and models for environmental and resource management, disaster monitoring, and other applications. So the correct option is B. Multi-thematic analysis. Next question. Repetitive layering and planar arrangement of structural or textural features in rocks resulting from alignment of constituent mineral grains along straight or wavy planes formed due to deformation is known as A. Foliation, B. Nisosity, C. Preferred orientation, and D. Lichen sites. So the correct option is A. Foliation. Foliation is a pervasive planar fabric or repetitive layering in metamorphic rocks which are formed by parallel alignment of mineral grains or the segregation of minerals into layers due to shearing forces and differential pressure during deformation. And this texture, often seen as a straight or wavy planes, is a defining characteristic of many metamorphic rocks like schist and gneiss. So repetitive layering and planar arrangement of structural and textural features in rocks resulting from alignment of constituent mineral grains along straight or wavy planes formed due to deformation is known as foliation. A is the correct option. Next question. A distinct geographical region with a specific climate, vegetation, animal life, and biological community that has formed in response to its environment and regional climate is known as A. Ecosystem, B. Diversity hotspot, C. Biosphere, and D. Biome. So the correct option is D. Biome. A biome is a large geographical area which is characterized by a specific climate, dominant vegetation, and distinct community of plants and animals that have adapted to a local environmental conditions. Examples of biomes include deserts, tropical rainforests, and grasslands. So D. Biome is the correct option. Next question. The geographical regions in the lithosphere and hydrosphere that were once large reservoirs of fauna and flora but threatened with the destruction or extinction of species are A. Biodiversity hotspots, B. Biosphere, C. Ecosystem change, and D. Species extinction. So the correct option is A. Biodiversity hotspots. Biodiversity hotspots are biogeographic regions that have significant amount of endemic species. That is, these species are found nowhere else. These are known as endemic species, but these are under severe threat from habitat loss and other human activities, which make them crucial areas for conservation efforts. And these regions include terrestrial or lithosphere and marine, that is includes hydrosphere ecosystems, where species and their habitats are at a risk of destruction or extinction. So these are known as a biodiversity hotspots. A is the correct option. Next question. Rocks of Eastern Ghats Mobile Belt, that is geographically situated in Eastern Ghats of Eastern and Southeastern India, belong to which category? A. Metasedimentary sequence of green schist facies. B. Granitic rocks. C. Volcanic rocks. And D. Metamorphic rocks of granulite facies. So the correct option is D. Metamorphic rocks of granulite facies. The Eastern Ghat Mobile Belt, so this is also known as EGMB, it comprises high-grade metamorphic rocks that primarily fall into the condylite group or metapelites and the charnockite enderbite suit. These are the classic examples of granulite facies rocks, with the condylite being high aluminous metasedimentary gneisses and charnockites being granulites and enderbites, often associated with the formation of proterozoic granulite terrain during the Greenvillian orogeny. So the correct option is D. Metamorphic rocks of granulite facies. Next is the tips to prepare for the competitive exam. In continuation for the last video, I'm making these tips for the competitive exam. So in addition to that, I'm giving. So number one, create a study plan. So what type of exam and how many reading hours are needed exactly for that exam. So for that, you have to prepare a timetable for each exam. So for that, create a study plan. It is very important. And second point, it is analyze the syllabus. How you are going to analyze the syllabus, it makes a very important. That means what are the easy chapters are there in that syllabus and what are the difficult things are there. You can make a red mark and then you can write it down all the exam difficult things so that you can plan accordingly. So this is analyzing the syllabus and is there the syllabus is objective or descriptive pattern, in what way you have to write the exam. So like that, analyzing the syllabus is very important. And the next step is you have to arrange all the study material which you have. So nowadays there are so many materials are in the available internet. People like you may confuse like what material I have to read. For that, you have to study the reference books. So in the next video, I'll make what are the good important reference books. So for this, please rely on the standard books. Referred material is there, and then textbooks. Minimum 8 to 10 textbooks are needed, and like apart from that, you had to read the NCERT syllabus and then all those other stuff is there. So first thing is arrange the study material. Don't go for the simple and vague materials. So go for the preferred reference standard textbooks. So this is very important. Next is understand the exam pattern. So what type of exam it is there and what is its pattern? Suppose if it is a descriptive or it is objective, and how much authenticity you are preparing for descriptive exam. So whether you are good at writing or that particular points, like if it is descriptive, 2 marks question or 5 marks question or 10 marks questions, like that, what is the pattern is there? And you have to understand that one and you have to make the notes accordingly. Fifth point, make your own notes. So why this plays a very crucial, because now you say that means you have lots of loads of syllabus or material are there, but your own notes make an important criteria in passing through the exam. Because if you write the notes, this we will have more memory and you can memorize more, and then you can practice this, and you will have 100% confidence that yes, I have understand this one and I have make a notes, and then you can memorize very well. In that, for that case, you need a picture or image format of any topic. Suppose if you take any topic like in glaciers, or then suppose if you think meandering of rivers, or then drainage patterns, or anything in geomorphology, or texture patterns in petrology, or joints or particular strike slip faults, or in structural geology, anything. For that, what is the important thing is you have to make a picture of that. You have to take a pencil and then you have to write make the diagram of that, so that you can understand more, and then you can this picture format it will give, or image format, this will have a long-term memory. And another important is table format. Suppose if any structure of silicates or anything it is there, you have to make in the table format, so that it's easy to note it, and then you can copy, and then you can make like some number of things are there, like how you can make it in a what you can say that that format, you repeatedly you have to see that, and then you can practice that. So picture or image and table format, it plays an important thing for a descriptive exam. So make your own notes according to that, and then seek guidance. So this is very, very important, because nowadays you are preparing so much. Of course, that's good, but how much guidance you are needed? Suppose for the any exam, you can talk to your teacher or mentor, or you can with the chat with the seniors or friends, and you can share your material, and you can take the guidance from them. And because every point makes an important thing. And another important step is stay motivated. So why? Because you have to stay motivated. Someday or some days you do good, and some other days you feel very bad, or sometimes some functions or something, some disturbances will be there. Of course, even though you have to be stay motivated, and every time whenever you are sharing the material with your students or friends or anybody is there, you had to be motivated that yes, I am going to secure this exam within that stipulated time period. This is very important. Always you have to be motivated, and then you can make a phone call to your friends or teachers, or that yes, I'm good at this point, I'm not this, like this. You can always be stay motivated and don't desperate at any cost. And another important thing is eliminate distractions. Nowadays digital mania is there, means every time you have to see your mobile, and everything is available in the mobile. That means either it is positive way or negative way. So number of distractions or notifications, or then social media, everything will be there. So you had to eliminate all these distractions. And the other important pointing is visualization. What is this visualization? Everybody knows that visualization means if you see and repeatedly any particular pattern or a type, and then you can become what you thoughts becomes things. So that's why your thoughts always should be motivated, and your thoughts should always be inspired, and your thought should have a good thought that yes, I'm going to crack this exam within this time period. Hook or crook, I am going to solve that, or I'm going to secure that position, or anything you can plan, whatever be, and give a specified time period for that daily. Sit in a calm place, and then visualize already that you have got the exam, or you have appointed as an officer or geologist or something or so on. And this process, it makes the things very um, promptly. So this visualization. So, and another important thing is sleep well. Most of the people, they read so much, and then they will be frustrated, and yes, I have read this much, but the thing is you have to sleep well. Minimum sleep hours are very, very, very important, so that your brain will be active. And for that, minimum 6 to 8 hours sleep is very essential. So these are the tips overall. Just I will repeat. First is to create a study plan, and second is you have to analyze the syllabus, and third is arrange all the study material, keep in files at one place for any one particular exam, and then understand the exam pattern, what type of syllabus is there, how many marks, and then what type of whether it is a what you can say that objective or descriptive, and make your own notes. That means take a book always with you, carry a notes, and a book with always carry a notes. And that notes, it should contain any picture or image or any table format which are difficult to remember, so that if you write and practice every day, that will become very easy. And another important thing is seek guidance from your teacher or professors or mentors or seniors or friends, whoever maybe website, or give it will give some complete guidance. And another important thing is stay motivated, always be motivated, stay inspired, and to discuss and have good groups, join in good groups, so that you will be having you will be connected. And eliminate distractions. What is eliminate distractions? Because the digital distractions will be there, and then mental distractions will also be there. Something, sometimes you may read more, and then you feel that, oh, I may forget, or something like that. You will have that desperate feeling. So eliminate all these distractions and have a clear goal, and then have visualization, everyday practice thrice or number of times as convenient to you. So this visualization is a very crucial step, which is for any competitive exam preparation. And last thing is sleep well. So don't stress too much, have a minimum stress, and then for that you had to make your brain sharp so that you can remember more, so that you had to sleep well. So these are the 10 tips what I have given, and see you in the next video. These are some of the suggested books. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video. Hope you can explore geosciences and subscribe.